So it's 6:30 a.m. and you could hear the chickens growing on the ranch we're at. Yesterday's bike ride was tougher than I expected, by far. I am kind of the calculating one. I like to know what I'm getting into. So I was prepared for that first 15 miles of climbing out of Deadwood. And a 4% grade sustained for 15 miles can really wear on you. Our weehoo. This time, 20 some pounds for the weehoo, 30 some pounds. Sawyer's like 34 pounds now. And then we knew there was not a lot to eat between Deadwood and Hill City. And we were staying about 4 miles prior to Hill City. So I needed to not only have lunches for everybody, but snacks and dinner. So it was heavy. And without the burley this time on our trip, my husband's panniers on his bike could only carry about 20 pounds. So he was really limited to, some layers because it is cold here in the morning. In fact, Sunday when we finish our bike ride is supposed to be 55 degrees with rain. So we needed the rain layers. We needed the warm layers. And unfortunately, that took up a lot of space and a lot of weight quickly. So I was prepared for that first 15. I was not prepared for the 7 of climbing from Mystic to, I believe they call it Redford. The downhill was beautiful after Deadwood. I mean, we flew. The scenery between Deadwood and Mystic is truly unmatched on a trail. Just absolutely stunning as far as, I would say a rail trail goes. And the tunnels are a whole bunch of fun. We went through all 4 of them for the kids. But that last 7 miles nearly broke me. The trailer felt just insanely heavy. I felt like I was going backwards, not forwards. And I felt like I couldn't catch breath. So for me, that was probably a wake-up call. That if we're going to do trails with more elevation, trails with longer climbs, I'm the one who has to kind of step up and get in shape because George and River were fine. In fact, they would have finished this trail hours before me. River was sailing up those climbs as if they didn't exist. And on her little salsa journey, she had wings. So they're all still sleeping. It's early. But today we make the descent into Hill City. Good morning, beautiful. So we are staying at the High Country Ranch. We got here yesterday evening after biking. If you can see, and I'll try to zoom in right over here, you will see a bridge. That is the Mickelson Trail. And so that follows in to the entrance to High Country. We are in a little cabin, which they have several. They also have other accommodations. I know there's an above barn, etc. And of course, the donkeys, the horses, some friends to start our morning with.
I don't care. I don't have any more. Well, whatever.
So begins our morning. Goodbye to the ranch. So we came in a little lane right about there. She's got it. Hill City is quirky, it's fun, it's a tourist town. So we're going to spend some time there, hopefully get some kind of brunch. And then we have a climb and a small descent until we hit Custer. Yes, you are going fast. We
Made it to Hill City. So now we're gonna bike around a bit. The best stop in Hill City by far was the Black Hills Institute Museum. You absolutely must go. This was incredible. Thank you. A dino stuffy. There are dino stuffies everywhere. Oh my goodness. I am not sure what that creature is called, but I'm sure we will find out. Wow, look over there. George, come this way. This tiny museum is absolutely packed to the ceiling, literally, with dinosaur fossils and replicas and so much information about them, as well as other fossil and archaeological, paleological findings. Really just so cool. Had the kids and us just completely entranced. Once we finished our prehistoric exploration, we were drawn to the gorgeous wraparound porch of the Alpine Inn, where we decided to sit down and have lunch. That in itself was a wonderful experience, just to sit on the porch and watch Hill City go by and soak in the sunshine before we got back on the bikes. And of course, we popped by the 1880 train station to see if we could catch a train pulling in. Unfortunately, we did not, but another great stop along the trail to check out. Okay. It's looking like we may get caught in rain. Oh dear. As we neared the top of the climb to Crazy Horse, we can see lightning in the distance. The little guy was getting a bit concerned, and I was feeling so ready to crest the top of that hill. The last mile up to Crazy Horse is brutal. Brutal with the trailer. We made it to the road underpass before Crazy Horse. Most beautiful highway underpass ever. For those of you who are wondering, yes, this is the view of Crazy Horse directly from the trail. And no, we did not go and see the monument on site as we were worried about impending weather. Leaving Crazy Horse and rushing to find shelter from that. Going downhill right now. I'm not complaining because it's so much better than slogging up. We have our raincoats on just because that storm is kind of impending, and well, I'd rather ride through it prepared than not. Turkeys are down below. It was a downhill race in the rain and wind to reach the colorful and eclectic town of Custer, South Dakota. Custer is centrally located to all of the major Black Hills attractions, and more so, it's definitely a town that we want to return to. A big shout out to the Outdoor Shop, which is not only a really cool outfitter, but they allowed us to set our bikes alongside the building while we walked around the town and took some cheesy tourist photos with colorful painted buffalo. So we're in Custer, South Dakota, and I highly recommend you do stop off the trail. But we made it just as it started to rain on us, and then it rained on everything we own while we walked around and stayed dry in town. But the temperature has dropped 10 to 12 degrees, and so it feels cold, and I do not want to be in shorts. So we're going to make a quick stop and then bike our last 11 miles of the day to our little cabin stay. And tomorrow we have some cooler temperatures and rain to deal with. This seriously might be my favorite day of the whole trip. There's a horse, beautiful views, super cute little cabins. Oh, hello, beautiful. So this little cabin is just adorably cute. There is a pull-out couch here for the kids to sleep. I've already exploded all of our water bottles and the likes into the kitchen, but it's a fully stocked kitchen, refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, all of the dishes and dishware that you need. Cute little bar to eat at, bathroom off to the side, and then a bedroom. And honestly, what more could anyone want? It is so clean and so cute. And the view out the windows is the horse pasture. So we're pretty content for the night. Shout out to Beth Ann and Dawn for those stay at this beautiful cabin. I'll link the Airbnb listing below. One of the nicest things has been that there's a box of toys out by the common area here, the fire pit. And these two have been playing. Sawyer is just beside himself. It's little things like this, for an Airbnb, a host, etc., that for us as parents, it makes the blaze have so much more value. It's everything, especially for kids who just biked. When they could come and play and be kids. This means a lot. It really does. So thank you.